Again, I'm on the Howard County side of the Patuxent River in Maryland, just east of US 29. Just wanted to talk about basic human rights for a minute. About I've had charts on my websites about original rights and fundamental rights and social rights and so forth, and a whole system of discussing them I've discussed on here before. Um, a metaversal right or a metaphysical right, for example, would be another idea. You don't have a right to be born into privilege, or you don't have a right to be born at a particular time in history, or in a particular country, or with a particular race, or particular biology of any kind, because that's simply impossible for anyone to control. So you don't even have a right to be born into a society that has law and order, has basically the rule of law. So that means, logically, that if you value your fundamental rights as an individual, you might be called upon to fight for them, which of course is what's happening in Ukraine right now. And in modern times, most of us have not seen this in the United States. We've not drafted people in a long time, even though we have a selective service system. But we've seen our freedom challenged other ways, like lockdowns for the virus and so forth. But what I'm particularly concerned about is calls for allyship, demands for people who claim that they belong to marginalized groups, to get others to join in and drop what they're doing and join in with them in allyship and fight for them rather than fight for themselves. And you're seeing this right now with the abortion issue spilling over, the threat that it could spill over into gay rights and so forth. And I've not been very willing to join with people personally just because they claim to belong to an identity group. That's just something very foreign to me. And I don't have the time to get into that in detail today. That's something I want to say a lot more about in the future. But I did want to make that note. You don't really have metaversal rights as such. You may have to fight. That implies you may have to fight to keep the rights you do have.